Homeless Solutions, Honolulu, Hawaii. I lived there for 1 year, and I don't know the problem I am to myself because of that year. I absolutely don't know what happened to the God within myself because I don't know how to tell you I couldn't stop the threatening. And that's because I don't actually know what's wrong with the banking is not true. I know exactly what's wrong with it. That you don't offer one another the money as God because the money belongs to God and it's due frozen in the banking. As in, it's accumulating in the bank. And what is the money in the bank? It's evidence of the crime that you are in alive. And you are due to go into prison on a point and die in the prison. And if you're in the prison, you don't know what's going on in the bank. There's no bank in the prison. The bank is for God to give a death on the body. I'm the soul of the superior founder. I give the death on the formed world, but I don't give the death on one body at a time. That's why they are separate from myself, most of them. They're all supposed to be out of my housing, of course, but I'm separated from most of them. And then the rest of them, they are due to separate from one another for an unclean death for yourself. You can't say that you're like living together and you own a house together, such as a family owns a house together. That's not true. Or if you have a group of people that share something about living in a housing, that's not due. You're due in a jail or a prison for an unclean death. This is not a Cohen world where Jesus would have some people around himself that would speak to him with God. I'm not that type of entity. I am myself God deceased. So you're due in the prisons starting in the year 1980, or you could start in the year 1, because that's true that I wouldn't see the time be counting from the year 1980. Would have started at the year 0. That would put you in the prisons in the year 1. 2, 3, 4, and counted it on up. And I'm sure we would have died a long time ago if we would have all gone to the prisons on time. But instead, you decided to put all of my leverage into the prisons. And that's me going into the prisons. And then you want to be in there with me, I suppose, because you still want to fight with me. You didn't finish that. You didn't properly put your anger into the prisons. You've been threatening me that you want to do prison actions on the threatening out in the public. So that's how you end up in my prison, and it's my prison that way. But I don't agree with it because I don't actually want to be in a prison with that you outnumber myself. I don't have, including some of you would be there for a longer time than others. And that's not true that you did crime on myself with the expectation that you would see me again. The way I know you is that you do crime on myself freely and you think that I'll never find you and I'll never see you again. And I am myself, none higher than me deceased. Every one of you is a part of myself, and there's not a one of you I don't know. When I'm up in the heavens and above the heavens, I know you all. But it's true that I'm in the world as a soul with a head like this. And it's been elsewhere's other appearances, but I'm still going by the same name, Becky. And you don't have karma to be with myself as a godhead because you're doing crime lording on one another when you're doing prisons on those points, on all those points. You can go to prison on all the points of crime lording. Did you open your mouth to speak to somebody? Go to prison, because it doesn't matter what you say to them. They're not myself. Did you open your mouth to speak to myself? Don't speak to myself. It doesn't matter what you're going to say out of your mouth. Go straight to prison. You just don't have to be here. And you are running the crime lording in this world for 45 years of alive. And I've been watching you trying to entertain yourselves like God. You want to eat food like God, but you don't want any of the leverage that God has because you say no to the leverage that forms everything that you've been enjoying. That means you don't really consume it in the spirit in which it is founded. You don't consume food, clothing, and shelter and travel in the spirit in which it was founded.